right, good morning. This is Tuesday, July 22nd. Wanted to kind of show you what today's 24-hour, uh, reflectivity, tornado perimeter, and hail, thunderstorms outlook. Looking at the CONUS model here, just kind of give you a good idea, if you're in these certain regions, this may not be effective for you, or if this is in your area, this is just some good to know whether to pay attention to the weather, because weather can create damaging winds. Thunderstorms can create tornadoes. Tornadoes can cause a lot of damage. So I'm going to show you today what the base reflectivity, what it's going to look like today, later going into night, and then show you, um, what I'm seeing and what I'm concluding, and the areas that you kind of need to pay attention to. So make sure to, pay attention, and I'll show you what we need to, watch out for. So there is going to be a change going on. Let me show you what this jet stream looks, or not jet stream, but show you what this base reflectivity is looking like right now. So we do have some storms developing out here in the Dakotas, which will be causing these storms to move towards the East Coast. And we also have these storms down here in the Atlantic part of the region here that will be um, developing too. That's kind of starting to get developed into Texas and later parts hitting the southern mid Atlantic region, going out towards this way, going east. So um, now these storms should be firing off um, today, and there is going to be some wind and hail. And where I have these areas marked here and here and over here is where the most, is where the most wind and hail is going to be. So over here in the southern parts of Nevada, Arizona, and Southern California, you're going to have a lot of activity going here, and that should be honestly dying out later today, probably around 9 o'clock this morning, Eastern Standard Time. That'll probably be dying out. Oh, if you're over there on the West Coast, you're probably going to be anywhere, I'd say probably 6 o'clock in the morning or so. And then, if you are paying attention, a lot of this rain here over the last week has been down here on the southern part of the United States, because we have this high pressure system moving through. And what it's doing is it's causing a lot of these rains to happen through here. So there was a lot of blockage over here from the jet streams, not allowing too much weather to flow into the United States, is probably why a lot of the central plains and a lot of the areas that are prone to having a lot of weather is not getting a lot of weather, is because of this particular jet stream that's going on. This high pressure system that's in this area is causing a lot of this to stay put and allow a lot of this rain to come in from the south and east. So, and then looking at the next, say, 24 hours, let me show you what this jet stream, what I'm seeing. A lot of this jet stream is going to be changing throughout, this week. So a lot of what this weather is it's not going to be a lot of significant weather this week, but there is going to be severe weather potentially picking up over the weekend. So Um, if you see here, this is where all these jet streams, this is where, you know, jet streams, these are just high, these are just winds that are blowing. You know, you have winds blowing west, southwest, and then you have weather coming in from Canada because this is all this jet stream. Everything's going to kind of move and flow towards that way. And then you have this weather that's just it's just eating up, you know, and flowing out through this way and creating a lot of crazy weather. Now, we should be getting a lot of weather, especially over here. Now we should be developing, getting some weather. You know, if you live out here, you know, where weather is supposed to be um, significant, um, you know, areas right now where it's not used to getting a lot of rain is getting a lot of rain. It's because of the jet streams that are taking place. So, um, you know, and let me show you what I'm seeing here. This, so here we have some rain possibly coming in from North Dakota, Minnesota, a little bit of South Dakota there, and it's going to start flowing down across the central United States, Illinois, Ohio, southern parts of, um, you know, Wisconsin. And so let me show you what I'm seeing. So if you see earlier today, this jet stream that's here and here will be going away because this jet stream is going to be lifting, causing this weather to flow down from Canada down into the United States, which will cause a little bit of weather, probably a little bit of wind damage too. We'll see about later tonight. We'll see where it picks up, but this jet stream is a huge important factor coming in to the United States. It's just jet streams have a lot of control of where weather potential could be possibly be, and usually when there's a trough or a ridge like down here, um, over here, you know, that usually you can have issues with the weather. So um, as you can see, this is how, if you look here, watch how that line moves in through that circle. That can create a lot of wind and a lot of hail, especially if there's, you know, moisture, if there's clouds, if there's, you know, you have winds blowing, going north, northeast. You got, you have thunderstorms moving against it, so it just kind of amplifies it. It just kind of gives it, you know, some fuel. So, all right, let's take a look at the um, thunder perimeter for at least the next 24 hours. So here, there will be some hail going on later today. Let me show you where I think the most significant. So I would say around 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time down here, southern Tennessee, Alabama, some parts here down here in Texas. Could see a lot of thunder, rain. You know, these green areas are areas that you kind of have to. It's just where it's going to be the most. It's going to be heavier. Where you might hear more lightning, and then up here, southern Wisconsin, you know, Iowa, little parts of Illinois there, you might have some hail, but this general area right here, for today is going to be the most. It's going to be the most worst right here. And then I'd say around 9 o'clock tonight, it looks like this might amplify a little bit more here with more thunder, which severe weather can bring damaging winds. It can knock down trees, poles, houses, rooftops. Not in all seriousness, it doesn't happen all the time, but it does happen. And let me show you, basically what the thunder outlook for today is. You got the 10% here, and then down here at the southern plains here, just kind of, Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, little parts of Florida, and even over here, and even a little bit parts of Maine up here. There is going to be, thunderstorms in this particular region. Now later today, so I'd say between 12 and let's say 12 and 4, and then 4 to 8. It's gonna pick up. So all this brown area here, you're gonna see a lot more thunderstorms. You're gonna see more thunderstorms in the areas right here where it says 40%. You're gonna see a lot more. And then later in the day, then this is where it does pick up here. And the areas I think that we need to pay attention to, going back, is, let me show you what the tornado, basically what the probability of a tornado, significant tornado perimeter areas would be today over at least the next 24 hours. Is this particular, you have areas right here, down here in Alabama, some parts of Georgia, North Carolina, Virginia, little parts of South Carolina there. You have areas, and even over here, a little small part over here. This is where this is the areas that could potential enhance. I think this could potentially, it'll probably go up to 2 to 5%, potentially tonight. Just depends on how this weather goes from into the Atlantic into, some parts of this lower parts of the states here. Depends on how much that's going to be. Now let me show you what this reflectivity is going to look like. Again, just to kind of show you what areas to kind of pay attention to later today, because I think that's going to probably be, nothing really severe or significant, but nothing is not impossible. So later today is when that should amplify down there, and a lot of rain down here, lots and lots of rain. Lots of rain down here. It's bringing in a lot of this weather. And that's pretty much, nothing crazy this week, but looking at everything that's, that's going to happen this weekend. I think more significant weather is they're basically predicting 30% chances of risk of severe weather, which means that things could amplify and could cause more damaging winds and thunderstorms. Yeah, and then let me show you what the reports are here. Storm reports. Show you from yesterday. Oops. So we did have one tornado. It was down here in Kansas. 32 wind reports, hail reports. We did have 12 total reports. 45 reports in a single day. And this tornado was a sprout. It was a water sprout. So they did count it, but it wasn't really, they just put it down. But just because there's not a lot of poor reports right now does not mean that anything could change in this weather. As I know, weather definitely can change throughout any given period or any time. But if you're new, make sure to subscribe. If this helped you today, nothing that I see on this is going to be crazy, but the areas you got to pay attention to is maybe down here later today. If you live down here in the southern part of the United States, just, a lot more rain, a lot more thunderstorms down there today. So just make sure to subscribe if you're new. That way, once I reach the subscriber count, I can go live when these storms are actually going on and kind of maybe save some lives. Anyways, like the button and don't forget to turn on your notifications for newer videos. Thanks.